Okay, so we're back. So you'll see that my end product over here is a little bit different. I noticed, first of all, I put in the final dates. I also did a little bit of mixing the colors so we can see the transition between the eras. Um, I also noticed all the way at the end that like this is actually not 2000 and this is not 2000. These are actually 1900. My apologies, and I had to shift everything over. Don't worry too much about it for right now. If you can figure out how I did this, you can do it as well. It's not that complicated, but it is definitely time consuming. Okay, so that is our timeline of the overview of Jewish history in terms of the eras of Jewish history. Okay, now what are the books that have been produced during this time period? So I'm going to go to my text box and I'm going to insert over here in terms of the books themselves, right? This, oh, I don't have a text box, so here it is again. This is the Torah, um, Nevi'im, and Ketuvim, aka Tanakh, right? And we're going to give that its own font. Let's do random Suez 1. We'll make your font about 12 and center it. And those are the books that, in terms of text marking time, that belong in here, okay, in the biblical era. And since we've already used these dates, I'm not tremendously worried about blocking out some of these lines. So I'm going to put a fill, a red fill, and I'm going to change my font to white because that looks better. And I'll drag it down, right? And these are the books of the Tanakh of the biblical era. Again, make it just a little bit smaller even. We don't want it to outshine the biblical era title. And make sure it's nice and compact. And this way as well, so we're not taking up too much room, more room than we need to, because when it gets into the other ones, there's not as much space, obviously. And there you go, Torah, Nevi'im, Ketuvim. Kind of align it with the middle over here, and those are the books. I can copy and paste that if I wanted to. Let's try it, copy and paste. But I'm now moving it in over here to the blue era, which is the time period of the Mishnah. And in the time period of the Mishnah, I want my background to be blue. And here I have the Mishnah, and I also have Baraita slash Tosefta. And we still have to go over what that is, but that's what's there, okay? Mishnah, Baraita, Tosefta. Move it down a little bit so that it's in there. And now we've got our books for the Mishnaic era. Still clicking on it, but whatever. Control, copy that. Move this over. Of course, different color. So we're going to change it to the color that we use, the orange. And it says Mishnah Braita and Tosefta, but that's not what's here. For the Talmudic era, it's going to be the Talmud, Bavli, and Yerushalmi. It's not going to fit, so I'm going to change my font down size to 9. And I'm going to go one more down to 8. And I can fit all my books in. And of course, now I want to make sure that nobody's complaining. So I make that size. And I make that size. And I've got my books. I can level it up again a little bit if I want, just so I see some lines over there. Same over here for my Mishnah Tosefta, some lines. And same over here for my Talmud Bavli and Talmud Yerushalmi. You can see some lines. And that's pretty good. I've got my books inside. I'm going to take this one again. I'm going to Control C it, going to Control V it, move it over here into our purple section, probably make it a little bit smaller so that it fits. Change my font color to purple because that's where I am right now. Go up so that I'm level with the other ones. And during the Gaonic era, we have She'elot Uteshuvot. Questions and answers, or what we refer to as responsa. And we might be able to stretch it enough to get it in, but probably not. Right, so let's just call this responsa, also known as shoot im Sheilot Utshuvot. That's the acronym for Sheilot Utshuvot. And copy and paste that. And I'm going to drag it over to the Rishonik era. And in the Rishonik era, I'm going to end up with the Mishnah Torah. And that was Maimonides that wrote that. And I'm going to change that box to green so that it fits in there. And I might want to push it up over here, maybe. I'm not sure. Wonder if there's a way to sort of change the shape of the box. Let's not mess with that right now. And like if you want to move up responsa, and see what it looks like. A little funky. And move up Talmud. And move up Mishnah Breita. There's a little bit of a messy one over there. A little bit more. If I had to be the right size, I could go right up to the top. That looks nice. This one adjust a little bit. Good. Nope. Doesn't want to. So it doesn't have the same space as the other ones. But maybe there. And there. And about there. A little bit more on this guy. And a little bit more in on this guy. And then finally, Tornavim Ketuvim. Go straight out. It's gonna definitely not take up the whole thing. And go up with that one. Kind of created these shades now, so we have our time frames filled in. Boom. Right, so we've got our biblical era in terms of how long it lasts and the books that it contains. We've got our Mishnaic era and how long it lasts and the books that it contains. We've got our Talmudic era and how long it lasts and the book that it contains. And we've got, and so on. You get the picture, okay? And so we've now created this timeline, Kol HaKavod, and we're ready to move on to the next one.